just like game face. You know, you kind of tell yourself like, oh, don't be scared. Like, just be like angry. Like, you want to go to the line.
Yes.
You tell the other guys like, look out, you know, I'm coming for you.
So I have here Peter Malone. He goes to Los Gatos High School. He is attending school between 2024 and 2027. And I have to say, I became a big fan of Peter's when I first started to notice certain things that he did for the camera when he ran by. We have any example of that?
I remember. I noticed the camera. I was running with some of the other guys on the team, and I don't really know what I was thinking then, but I threw up a little this. I stuck my tongue out.
Yeah, you definitely, you started to give me some pretty cool poses. I like some of the sunglasses you wear too. Sometimes those weird heart-shaped sunglasses, those are pretty funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about cross country. Did you start on your freshman year? All of these running sports?
I did run freshman year, but I had started I ran in middle school as well.
Okay, you're one of those. How well did you do in middle school? Were you breaking 5 on the mile?
No, I thought that was pretty unheard of until it's been more common as of late. But no, I ran 5:18 was my fastest.
That's still, for a middle school kid, an 8th grader, that's really respectable. So what convinced you to take it up in middle school?
I ran a lot in elementary school, not like a go out on the road and do like a bunch of miles, but like little sprint races with my friends. Or we had the program at Blossom Hill where at like lunchtime in the spring, you could like run laps around like this grass loop that we had. You'd have like a little paper card that would get like punched and stuff. It was like a big program at the school and I really enjoyed it. So when I got to middle school, I saw that, cross country's a thing. That's kind of like what I did in elementary school. And I just kind of took it up from there.
Yeah, well, it's a good crowd to hang out with. I mean, everybody gets good grades. You guys all seem like you're college bound. I was so happy when my sons joined up with cross country and track. I mean, it's just an incredible group of people to be affiliated with. All right, so I think I'm going to dive straight into your PRs, if that's okay with you. And if any, like the data I had for Aiden was all wrong. So if any of this is wrong, this all comes from athletic.net. I see here for Clovis North Twilight, 2 miles, you did it in 10:13.2. Does that sound right?
That's true. I have the shirt on from that meet right now.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's good stuff. At Crystal Springs, which is 2.95 miles, you did it in 16:27. And if there was any fraction, I lost it. Do you know if there was?
There might have been, but I have no idea.
Yeah, it's probably 16:27.2 or something. Not sure why I didn't copy that. This one's new to me. The Jackie Henderson Memorial, which is 3 miles, and you did that in 16:07.2. Where is it?
That was like our Rust Buster race last year. It was at like North Monterey High School, so a little out of the way. But yeah, it was a fun one.
Is it one of those ones where you run around the track a little bit like Limbrook? You run around the track and then you run off the campus? And
it kind of was. It was like we started in like a grass thing, went down, did like a loop on the track, did something off in like the hills behind the school, and it was kind of like 2 run-through to that.
Then we got Baylands, which is no longer a 5K. It's 3.1 miles. It was demoted, I've been told. And you did that in 17:15.2.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. What's your favorite course?
Out of those ones, it probably was the Jackie Henderson, just because I did pretty darn well there. Like I got 4th on the team. We went to the Woodbridge meet in like Irvine after, and I actually got a slower time there, even though the course was faster. So I had a lot of fun at Jackie Henderson. Of course, Crystal Springs is great too, like very iconic.
Crystal Springs is tough. I mean, a lot of people, 2.95 miles, but they do like say Woodbridge considerably faster.
Yeah.
Just because it's so dang hilly and it's hot. Is there any course you really don't like?
None that I really don't like. Like Baylands is like a cool spot, but like running it, like when you go way off in the distance there, super dusty, and like it feels like there's a lot of hills on it, even though there's really not. Like there's a couple little bumps, but that's a tough course. But yeah, I don't really have anything against it besides that.
The thing I got against Baylands is mosquitoes. Every time I go there, it's like if I don't put a bunch of DEET all over my legs, I get eaten alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any races in cross country you want to share? Anything memorable? And if not, that's totally cool.
My season in cross country kind of like started high and then like dipped pretty darn low. And then I kind of went back up because like in the middle of the season, I got pneumonia. So some of my first like league meets, I did not do so well. But I kind of brought it back with like league finals, and I qualified for CCS and everything at the end. But it definitely was like a roller coaster. I'd say the Clovis Twilight one and Scaval finals, those were like my redemption races. Like at the end of Clovis, I wasn't super happy about the time. Like 10:13, I wanted to go under 10. But like I felt like I could have gone way faster. Like I kind of lost track of my pace sort of in the second mile. And like if I'd stuck with it, I probably could have gone under 10. So then for Scaval, I kind of took note of that. Like, oh, I'm in JV for this, I know, but if I push really hard and like just stay like awake, because if you fall asleep, you kind of fall back. If I stayed awake, remember to go hard like after that last hill, then I think I could still put up a good time. And I did. I gotten, I think, 10th in the varsity race of that same day. So
yeah, that's not bad, especially after fending off pneumonia. Have you watched many of these podcasts?
I watched the Flynn one, the Taryn one, and I think the Eli Fitch and Young one.
Yeah, I don't think any of them had pneumonia, but pneumonia ripped through our track team too. Milpitas. I mean, Aziza got it, Arnov got it, maybe Flynn got it. I kind of remember, but it's been at least 3. So you're number 4. It was walking pneumonia, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Antibiotics didn't do anything to it, did it?
I think I started taking antibiotics, but I also did take like 7 days off when I did that as well. So maybe it was the time off more than the antibiotics that really helped.
Yeah, a number of people, like Aziza said, they took antibiotics and it didn't do a dang thing. All right, well, let's move on to track then. So my first question is, did you start as a freshman? But I think we already know the answer to that.
Yeah, 7th grade.
And are you one of these cross-country may as well do track people? Or which one do you identify more with, track or cross-country?
I feel like track I perform a little better. Maybe not so much this year, but I think I'm pretty even between the two, actually.
As a photographer, I just see what I see, taking pictures and stuff. And to be honest, I thought your track season, from where I was watching, that you were disappointed in your track numbers. But to be honest, looking at your numbers, they aren't that bad. And I also learned that I didn't know, okay, so let's just dive into what events do you like to run? Let's talk about that.
The 1600 is definitely my main. Like if you say you run and like you're a distance person, what's your mile time? That's kind of like the thing. So that is kind of why I liked it originally. Like we would run the 1600 in PE in middle school, way more experience with that. Well, and that's like where I really focus.
Well, I'll just dive right into, we'll start with the 1600. You did that. Your PR this year was 4:39.07. That's a pretty healthy 1600 time. I mean, that's well under 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. My 9th grade time was 4:38.6. That's why I was a little disappointed with this year, but I'd been battling pneumonia and stuff in the falls. Looking back on it, there's definitely things I could have done to recover from that better.
When I was looking at your times for different things, I didn't even know you ran these things. I have here the 200 meter. You did that in 26:30. Is that a good time or not?
I really have no idea. I ran it at these spikes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wearing them in middle school. I think they're cool, but they're not like nearly as good as like a Dragonfly or something. I just kind of ran the 200 for fun in these. So yeah, I don't really know if 26:30 is good. It felt pretty fast. I have no idea.
I have to date interviewed 2 sprinters, and so my brain's feel for good 200 times is, I mean, I guess cut a 400 in half, but let's go to that. Your 400, you did that in 56.9. That's not bad.
Yeah, like I don't main the 400 really, but yeah, I have fun with it, and I think I do kind of well.
Did the 800 meter in 2 minutes and 6.23 seconds. Again, that's healthy.
That right.
That's healthy. And we got another year. You're actually 2 more years, right? You're going to be a junior, and then you're going to be a senior. So you got probably nowhere but up to go.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Or I guess in this case, down. The times come down. I notice you don't have any stats for a 1500 meter.
Yeah, I didn't do that at like the winter all-comer meets or any of that. So.
And I see here you did the mile in 4:47.56. Again, a little bit farther than the 1600, and again, well under 5 minutes, so not bad. And you did the 3200 meter in 10.21.85.
Yeah, in freshman year I did it 10:09.
Oof.
But yeah, that was a really rough one this season, 32. I did not put up great numbers in that, but yeah.
I didn't realize you were so fast previously. I mean, until you stuck your tongue out at me, I didn't notice you at all. I was like, hey, wait a minute, I'm going through post. And I'm like, I didn't know at the time when you did it. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. And then I put that thing out on Instagram and everybody had a good laugh.
Yeah.
You're not sneaking anything by your photographer. Okay, and then I see here the 4x800. Your team did it in 8:58.86, but what was your individual time? Do you know?
That was at Russ Buster Invitational, I think. So like very start of the year. I think I did a 2:09, which I was more hoping to do better in the 1600, which is like maybe an hour after. So I didn't maybe go as hard as I could have, but 2:09, I was pretty happy with that for right at the start of the year.
Yeah, you guys have to pick and choose. I mean, you're not inhuman. It is really fun watching young people like you like just push themselves as hard as they can in events where, your heart's in it. And then I see here the DMR, which is 4,000 meters. It's 1,200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, and 1,600 meters. And your team did that in 11:20.56, which I think is pretty respectable for 4,000 meters. Which one did you do?
I did the 1,600. That was at the St. Francis.
And what time did you do that in?
I think I did a 4:45 for that leg. That wasn't too bad. I did the mile where I did the 4:47. like a little earlier.
Yeah.
So
Took a lot of wind out of your sails, I'm sure. So you were disappointed with your season. I guess I have a new perspective on it. You had performed previously better, and then you had to deal with a pneumonia, and I'm sure there are other things going on in your life too. Not everything can be all about track and cross country. You get good grades, right?
I had a 4.0 last year.
Whoa! Good job, Peter. And are there any track races you want to share?
Oh yeah, from Dublin Distance Fiesta, which that's a little far away.
I know where it is.
I did the 1600 and the 800 there, which both of those, like the 1600, that was my 439, and then I did another 206 there. So I did decently well, in comparison to the rest of the season. But that was like just one of the meets where I just felt like super focused. I got to the start line, I wasn't really like worried. I was just like game face. You kind of tell yourself like, oh, don't be scared. Like just be like angry. Like you want to go to the line.
Yes.
You tell the other guys like, look out, I'm coming for you. That just felt like a race where like mentally I was doing pretty well. I remember like maybe 500 or 600 meters in, I just felt like, okay, under 440 paces, like it feels fast. When you get to like that kind of speed, it's less of like, oh, we're in this for like the long haul. It's more like you're pushing it the whole time. At that meet, they also play music. Like you get to submit a song. So I didn't know about this until I got there. I remember like we had 300 to go. Like I passed right by the speaker. I don't remember what song was playing, but I remember hearing it and thinking like, oh, that's kind of a funny song. It kind of like lifted my spirits a little because I was kind of falling back in the pack.
I guess that Dublin race, the thing about that Dublin meet that blows me away is how efficient they are. Like they're getting the next race lined up right when the previous race is winding down. So there's almost no dead time. And then, like you said, they play a lot of music. I love when Los Gatos has meets. I've said many times, Los Gatos doesn't host track meets. Los Gatos hosts track parties with DJs and taco trucks. And it's so fun. I look forward to it every year. Have you been managing any injuries?
Honestly, injuries, I really haven't. Like I've been getting like kind of all of the other stuff. In the fall, I had pneumonia. We went on like a trip to Mexico over, I think it was ski week. And the last like day or two, I got like some crazy stomach bug. I threw up probably like 7 times that day. It was terrible.
Yep.
I could barely eat anything for like 5 days after. And pretty much as soon as I could, I was back up to like full mileage. So that probably was not the smartest idea. I probably lost like a bunch of weight from that. Yeah, that was something I dealt with. The pneumonia. I had low iron for a while. I honestly might still have low iron. I got like a blood test in like February. I've been supplementing it. I think hopefully we're good by now. I haven't really checked the numbers, but yeah.
Eat
pretty
beef.
much everything. Yeah.
Eat beef.
Yeah, beef, spinach. I don't know. Red meat and spinach was kind of the big ones.
I heard one of the issues too is low red blood cell count can happen. And Coach Dillon was explaining it to me. You're pounding on your feet all the time, right? And your blood has to go through the bottom of your feet. You're destroying red blood cells by like crushing them. Yeah. So you guys have a whole bunch of problems related to iron and blood count and stuff that you have to deal with. You've been in Michigan. Which part of Michigan?
We were in the like Upper Peninsula, right by Lake Superior.
Okay.
So I don't know if you'd really know the city names. We were in Munising.
So you went out to visit grandparents?
Yeah, they have a house on like a lake over there. So there's like a bunch of trails nearby to run on them. Paddleboarded a bunch. Very nice spot.
How long were you up there?
I was up there, I guess like a week. We left Wednesday, got back Wednesday.
Sounds like a really fun time. So that was one of the things that totally blew me away going up there is just how cloudy and dreary it is. Was it like that all the time, or did you get some?
It wasn't too bad. Like we went out on like a pontoon boat on the Lake Superior, and it was around here levels of warm. So yeah, it gets pretty nice up there in the middle of the summer.
Okay.
Maybe I hit like the perfect week to go. Maybe.
When I asked you what was going on with you this summer, you said that people, when you were looking for a job, people told you to look for a job at the end of summer. I really didn't understand that at all. You want to elaborate on that one?
I think what it is, like I went to like a gym that I go to. It's like to apply there, and they kind of said all their spots are full. Like pretty much college people, I think, coming back into town, picking up all the spots. Gotta wait for some of them to get out. Yeah.
You are training 6 days a week. I just recently got people that are interested in helping making this podcast, and I had to explain to them, I'm not looking for the fastest people. I'm looking for people who do off-season training. If they do off-season training, they're passionate, and I want to talk to them. And that definitely describes you, man.
Okay, yeah. I'd do 7 days a week if I felt like that was best, but I always feel like you got to have a rest day. You got to have some time to be by yourself.
How many miles a day do you run?
This week, I've been doing like 6 a day, and then I guess because it's a long run day today, I'll do 10. Okay. That'll get me to 40. Earlier in the summer, I was doing like 4 miles a day, maybe 5. Like I had a bunch of weeks that were like 25 to 30 miles. And then I kind of went like 30, 35, and now I'm like in the 40. And I'm going to go probably end the summer at like 48, 50 maybe.
So you're trying to get up to like 50 miles a week.
I had gone over that the last winter. Like I did a week of 55, which it just felt like kind of uncomfortable. Like when you're going that much, like I did workouts that week as well, and it just kind of felt like I was forcing it. When I did 4 miles in the morning, 7 in the afternoon for like 2 of the days, and the rest of the days was probably 7 or 8. And I had a long run as well, and it just felt like I wasn't really getting like the benefit from it, and I was just like doing it kind of just to do it. So I don't think I'm going to do 55 for a while, but yeah.
Well, it sounds like you really got your finger on the pulse there as far as like what works for you, and I'm really impressed with that. I think everybody should really be their own coach at the end of the day. So who do you look up to?
Like in like a professional athlete's like standpoint?
Sure, that's what most people talk about. I mean, as far as Milpitas goes, everybody's like, Coach Johannes. Everybody really likes Coach Johannes.
So that's good from for a team, right?
Oh, yeah, the team unity for Milpitas, for the people that are passionate about it, yeah, it's pretty strong, and they really like their coach.
Yeah, I'd say professional athletes that I look up to. I like Hobbs Kessler, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, I'd say. They're kind of my 2 guys.
What do you like about them?
Well, Hobbs Kessler, like, he has some of, like, the fastest times, like, ever in high school, which that's great. That's not really why. It's like he went professional immediately out of high school. He didn't go to college. He just signed with Adidas immediately. Other guys his age who are in college, like, doing great for that. He's doing great in the pros. It's kind of like he's putting himself with the fastest competition that he can, and he's kind of like scaling up to it. Like he got 5th at the Olympics in the 1500, made it to the Olympics in the 800, number 3 all-time indoor mile. Like just that, like, you know, putting yourself with the competition, that'll help you become faster, I think is like admirable.
Yeah, that is something to admire. How about the other guy? Sorry, I forgot his name.
Jakob Ingebrigtsen. He's a pretty decently big name, I'd say. I like how he just like goes for it like from the gun. Like in the 1500, which is like his main event, he doesn't have the fastest like closing speed or anything, so he just goes to the front as soon as he can, pushes it, and tries to just lose everybody, which I've found I have like an okay closing kick. Like, you know, it's not like some other people I've met, but yeah, so going to the front and just pushing, like really difficult race strategy. It works out for him sometimes, but I just think that's like a very respectable way to go about it,
which would lead to a positive split, right?
It's either positive or just pretty much even the whole time, but it does tend to lead to some pretty fast times.
So he puts the hammer down and he just keeps the hammer down.
Yeah,
that would be fun to watch. I don't know any of these people. I don't even run. I don't even run, dude. Okay, so do you have any advice for kids coming from middle school into high school that are freshmen and they're thinking about taking up running sports?
Well, I'd recommend taking it up for sure. I've had a lot of fun with it. The community's great. Like, I've really had all the meets. I have a couple friends from pretty much every school that we race from, and there's really no person that I've met who's been like somebody that I dislike, you know? So it's a great community, and some advice I'd say is like, you gotta like enjoy it. Like, you're probably not gonna be as motivated to perform as well, and it's just gonna lead to problems. And then another thing is like, you train for what you're racing for. Like, you don't want to train just to run the fastest in the workouts, run the most miles in the week, like, because that's not the competition. The competition is a 5K. So whatever training works for you to be the best at that is kind of like a thing to look for. So you got to have your competitive edge where it counts, you know, and you don't want to get carried away in the stuff that's not going to help.
All right. Would you advise them to take times seriously off the bat? I've had responses to this question all over the map. I've had people say, you know, focus on the times, don't focus on the times, have fun with it, don't take it too seriously, take it very seriously. It's hilarious what you guys say.
I'd say, I mean, I always like knocking my time down more because like that's kind of like what I get to tell people about. I've only won like a few races, but like, you know, everybody gets to improve their own time. Yeah. So I've definitely been like a time-focused guy, but if you'd rather just go out there and fight the competition whatever way you want, then the times is a good way to measure how you're progressing. You know, like it's just a very in-your-face, like you used to be here and now you're here sort of thing. So I'd say it's helpful to look at the times.
Are there any schools that you have on your radar that you're thinking about running for, or is it too early for that yet?
I haven't really started looking yet. Like obviously like the big D1 schools like Oregon and Washington would be like amazing, but like I haven't dug deep into like some of the local ones, some of the more like obscure ones, or ones that would fit my like whatever major I look for. So I've yet to really dig too deep into that, but yeah.
As you know, my wife makes movies of all of the events that she can, and they're 4K movies, and her channel is now up over 250,000 views, and she has more than 700 subscribers that actually watch her stuff. Right. And then I do the stills, and you know, we do all this for you guys just to support you guys. Do you have any questions for us?
How do you like pick which places to go to? Like, do you guys ever split up, and if this meet's going on some You get the videos here, pictures here. Like,
No, we're unified. My wife and I, if we go together wherever we go. If there's an extreme emergency or something like that where I can't be there or she can't be there, then only one of us is going to show up. But we try to both go. And to be completely honest with your question, like, I've never seen Woodbridge before. I'm not driving all the way down there, dude.
Yeah.
It's too far.
That's definitely reasonable. Like, there's a photographer there, but I assume it's like, because it was like an A6 hosted meet, I think. So I think they just like get a guy for that. I would not expect you to drive like 10 hours to take pictures of us running for 15 minutes, you know?
Yeah, and also we are kind of tied to Milpitas. So, for instance, we had a state level. I think this last year, we didn't have anybody that made it to state for track except for Alexander Dillon, who was jumping like 6'7" or something like that.
Yeah.
He's nuts. I hope I got that right. I know he's done at least 6'5", but I think he's done 6'7". Anyway, yeah, we weren't going to go all the way to state just to watch one guy. So we go to places if it's convenient. Milpitas is there. You're probably going to see us there. And yeah, if it's just too far away, we're just not going to go. But yeah, we have like a little 50-mile radius around us that we're willing to travel, and we do it that way. We didn't go to Dublin this last year because the previous year we went and we froze our butts off. It was cold.
Yeah.
And it runs really late too. Like, what time does the Dublin meet end?
8 or 9, I think it did. It was well dark by the time it was done.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 o'clock at least. So that's also a big factor too. So we got Peter Malone here. Thank you for being on the Handoff. We really appreciate your time on a Saturday, especially. I mean, you know, you got stuff to do, I'm sure. Peter is really a stalwart guy. He runs 6 days a week. He's trying to get up to 50 miles a week, and he has been just fighting off pneumonia and got sick down in Mexico. I mean, this guy, he's taken it seriously, and he's been overcoming a lot of adversity that's kept him from his goals. But I think he's going to come back really strong this next year as a junior, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Not only that, but we'd like to have you on here again sometime, you know, as you progress. Well, we wish you the best of luck.